Good evening, everybody. We have Miss Bella Moore joining
Yep.
us and Miss
Mm,
Jessica Day from Georgia. Bella,
mm.
I heard you placed third at Slamology with a Power Wheel.
Yep, I did.
That is a huge, huge thing. I promise you, most of us don't have Slamology trophies, honey. You got something most of us do not. I
Aw,
am so proud of you.
thank you.
How old are you right now?
8 years old. I'm turning 9 next week on the 4th of July.
Happy birthday, my sweetheart.
Aw,
Yeah, happy
thank you.
birthday.
Thank
You're
you.
the same age as my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Bella, you want to tell us about your Power Wheel? Because I know
Mm-hmm.
you do all your own work, and I am awfully proud of that. So tell me what
So,
you've done to it.
I have like 4 Gately subs and Sky High Car Audio sub, 2 of them, and 2 of the tweeters. And a retro battery.
Retro Pro 30
Yeah,
Limitless.
yeah, Retro Pro 30 Limitless. And I have a Gately amp on the back of the truck. And it's all acrylic.
It's
Everything is all
beautiful.
acrylic to hold the port is homemade. And I was glad that it was working. I'm really glad that it worked.
I heard you did a number that hit your goal.
Yeah, I
Well,
finally hit my goal. 150.
she did
Yeah.
a
Good
50 and a
job.
Power Wheel. That's amazing.
It was just I didn't think it was gonna be a 150 completely, but soon as we were at home whenever we were giving myself a demo, then I noticed that I did 150, and I got to 10,000 watts.
That is
That's
awesome.
that's awesome. To be able to do that with 10,000 watts and a power wheel,
Yeah.
you're
Oh,
doing
and
good.
even better, her Power Wheel is pink, and she calls it Beats and Treats.
Yep. I do. I kind
It's
of wanted it to be
awesome.
blue, but but I didn't really want to wrap it, so I changed my mind. But I got a roof wrap, a whole roof wrap.
I saw that. Who did that for you?
Kyle Rutherford.
Very good.
His name's hard to say.
Yes, it is. Most of us just call him Decal Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's your next goal, sweetheart?
My next goal is probably to be like 150, 154,
At
154.
54?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're doing better than most of us with our cars. You know that, right?
I got stuff.
Oh, careful, don't get your hand stuck.
My
It
hand
took
is.
me forever to get a 50, and she's out here doing that with a Power Wheel. I'm so
Okay.
proud of her.
You
Yeah, it
have
was
your
the
hand
150.
stuck up
The
there.
150 was my original goal, and it took me a while to get that. And then 152
Well,
was
don't do
my
it.
second goal, which took me a while to get that. And I thought with the new build I'd get maybe a 153. And when I got a 155, I was ecstatic. I was happy with it.
That's
So
good.
you just gotta keep pushing at it.
One
That blew my
degree at
mind.
a time.
That's crazy.
Sometimes it's down to, hey, I'm gonna do this at tenths. I'm gonna
Right?
just work through it and test.
Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
that's what we did when we got home, huh? We did testing and we tuned it some more.
David Jenkins says,
Yeah, that
"Whoa, 150 club."
Yep,
Yeah, it's
that's what I
in the
noticed.
150 club now.
We tried for a while with your other build, but we couldn't get there with it, could we?
Yeah, it made me so sad, but but I'm glad my new car can do 150.
Your new car is amazing. It's beautiful. So it's pretty and effective on that meter.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully once your subs
I am
break in more, you'll be able to do a little better and maybe you'll get up there to that 53, 54.
Oh yes.
You never know. That, and remember, what did Bobby tell you on the show last week?
He wanted to make my wall bigger and make me have 6 subs.
Well, what do you want?
Well,
Wasn't that what you originally wanted to begin with?
yeah, kind of.
And we thought that there wasn't enough airspace for it, but after we got it all built, Bobby was looking at it. He's like, you know, I think we might be able to get some more in there.
Make my own cuff. I made my own. I made a Base Wars cuff.
Really?
It's the purple and pink one.
Oh,
You want to come see it?
yes.
Where is it?
Okay.
Would love to
So
see
what-
it.
I
What does this Hot Wheel?
right here?
Yeah,
What does this Power Wheels look like?
Oh, I love that. She's now one of our Base Force babes.
Yep. Yeah. What happened when you met Melissa? Remember when we first got over to the lanes? What happened?
I got a Base Wars sticker.
Yeah, you did.
Yep. Mhm.
Let's see. Let us, or you want us to send pictures over and we can try to upload to show it?
I'm
Or
not sure I know how to do all that.
Well, we can run outside over here to it.
Sure.
Okay, let's go see it.
Gotta
All
get
right.
my shoes.
I'm just curious what it looks like. Because my daughter has a little Jeep,
Here,
little
Bella,
like
grab your-
Power Wheels Jeep.
My Crocs. Mhm.
Oh, it is so cute.
I have my own carpet. I made it. It was actually homemade. It was just a sheet for my blanket.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to get that one because this black thing is got stuck to my car.
He's done an amazing job with his Power Wheel and her because she loves the shows.
Just the fact that it has a wall in it,
Slow down.
it's piqued my curiosity.
Uh-oh, I think we're losing them for a minute.
Like he's chasing her, trying to catch her.
Probably because, man, that little girl got some energy. There you are, sweetheart. And she's got her Slamology shirt on.
She reminds me of Abby so much.
All right, we can see you. Can't hear you, but we can see you.
Oh wow!
It's
And
gorgeous.
what is she running there? What speaker she got in there?
I think it's Hutchinson still. But we'll ask.
I can see him, but I can't hear him. Oh, she got a little bass knob.
Oh, she is so freaking cute.
No, those. I was just curious. She's got that. What are those? Are those two little tens or what are they?
I believe they're 6.5s.
6.5.
Yeah.
They've really stepped up on that, like the 6.5s and the tens and stuff like that. They're some beefy little subs now.
Yep. We'll get some audio going with them in just a second. Can't hear a thing. But see his truck back there?
Yeah, I seen it.
And keeping up with her at shows, she just bounces
Oh.
from one rig to the next. She just loves it.
That's how Abby is. She's hard to when taking her to shows or like base meets and stuff like that. She just wants to run, and a lot of times, I mean, depending on where it's at located, the crowd that's there, it's all right. But she's definitely not one to sit still.
All right, what's going on with their audio?
I don't know.
Man, I wanted to hear her. I'm a little
Yeah,
disappointed that I can't hear.
she was all excited. Oh,
They're gonna go out and come back in. Watch. All right, Jess. You gonna tell everybody about your Explorer? You got a minute for right now. So tell me what you've got in it currently.
I have a 2019 Ford Explorer. I run a pure power 320 alt on a
There it is.
90 amp hour EH5 bank.
Our thing
There you go.
mixed
Hold
up.
the phone.
Now I can hear you.
Yay.
And yours did a 55 at my last show, didn't it? 55.
I
What?
did a 154.7 is what it did at your last show, but the last 3 shows since your show, I've done a 155, a 155, and the last show I just went to, which was about 2 weekends ago, it did a 155.06. So I'm still
That's
playing around with it.
amazing.
It's on assault. It's four of the ZV612s stock. I haven't upgraded, beefed, changed any of the soft parts out in them. They're stock, and I run it on assault 12 at a half ohm.
And
So
she does this in a no wall.
yep, I am a all behind contained C-pillar no wall. I still have my middle seats because I have 2 kids.
You got to keep room for the whole family.
Oh yeah, we travel. This thing's went to Michigan and back with me several times.
Hello, Jason. Good to see you here tonight. Well, Miss Bella, now that you've attacked your goal and defeated it, what's your next show you're going to?
It's gonna be the I can't remember.
The SPL sleepover.
Yeah, the SBL sleepover. I totally forgot.
Because I know a lot of people want to come see you.
Yeah, I'm doing an SPL sleepover.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're going to shows, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're hoping. We
do
just
all over shows usually, but
with Slamology, we ended up having issues with Grimlock, and that's our only way to haul hers back and forth to shows. And we tried to get it going. We made it out to a Riley Children's Hospital benefit show, and the truck started overheating on us, and then ended up trying to break the brand new belt. So I got to figure out why it's trying to eat belts. But other than that, hopefully I should get it. I have a new belt that'll be here by the end of the week. And then I'm going to try seeing if maybe the power steering pump might have been the cause of why the belt, because there's a tiny bit of play in the pulley, and everyone's saying that might be the reason. But hopefully we can get that resolved. But this show that we're looking at going into is only 26 minutes away. I love you too, sweetie. So hopefully, with it being close enough, we shouldn't have no issues.
That's just from Holiday World.
Well,
I got this big puppy.
When is yours coming back out?
It's almost bigger than me. It's this giant doll I got from Holiday World.
Oh,
yeah.
It is huge.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get mine back out.
I love its bow on the back. It is so cute. I expected to get the rainbow one, but I love this one way more. It's just, I love that it's all white and it's like huge. I just want to have it for the old live stream. It's so comfy and fuzzy.
There you go.
Bella, do you know how many people are out here that absolutely adore watching you? You have more fans than any of us combined.
Oh my
People
gosh!
just love you. Yes.
Oh my gosh!
We got a whole bunch of people that love you. I
love seeing the younger generation.
She's amazing.
The enthusiasm and the excitement and the passion for it, and she's fixing to be 8. So imagine when she's like 20. She's
Right.
just if she
I
sticks with
can't
it,
wait
she's
to
gonna
see her
she's
first
gonna
car
be
come out.
above.
There's so much things.
Her first car is going to be amazing.
Can't wait to see
I've
that
already
one.
gotten told. I've already gotten told by my 8-year-old. She said when
This is actually my
I get
first.
my car, she's like, you're gonna put a system in it, and I'm thinking, oh, because she'll jump in just about every vehicle and just sit there and get hair tricks after hair tricks after hair tricks. But she also is extremely blunt. And I gotta say this, one time she got a demo from somebody, and she got out, and the gentleman asked her, "How'd you like the demo?" And she says, "Could you get louder next time?" And
What?
I was like,
Man.
What?
I was,
You ain't got room
I
to
was
talk.
so, I was so embarrassed. I was
How
like,
many
honey,
times
you
have you
can't.
got out of a demo and they asked you about it and you're like, well, can you hair trick me next time? I just want to do hair tricks.
Say that.
I have
You
You're the
never
same
had
way.
my feelings hurt worse than a
Say it
5-year-old.
to you.
I was
Yeah, I know
doing
you
a
say it to
That's
me.
why
mid-engine
they're saying
demo with
louder,
this
not
kid.
hair tricks. That's a
And she
big
looked at me and
difference.
said, hit the bass knob.
Okay,
And I'm like, that's it, baby girl. I ain't got no more.
It's okay. She did it to me too when I first got the truck back up and playing with the new subs. She's like, well, Dad, I want to do hair tricks. Dad, I said, hold on, girl. These subs ain't even broke in. I can't push them that hard yet. You're silly.
Man, it's
Oh, you'd like my
amazing.
ride then. You would definitely like my ride because she does double hair tricks with both windows down.
Nice. Yeah, mine, you can't even do a hair trick because my truck sits up so high that you can't, there's no way to stand up there in the window.
Oh, my husband he has a F-250 that's got a 8-inch lift, and the way his seats and everything, I always kind of like half hang out the truck, and it'll pull my hair up above the roof of the truck.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've
mine's done the
already
same
explained
thing.
to them I need a step ladder for that one. I want a demo, but they're going to have to help me get up in there because I can walk under his truck.
It's got a side step.
Girl, how am I going to get to the side step?
See, I
My
can get in it
Bella's
without using
height.
the side step. I just jump up in it.
That's how Bella does with
I'm
mine.
used to it.
She barely ever does. She knows where to grab at the certain things. She's got to get used to the new seat, though. I got the new little racing seats we just installed in there, and she tried to reach up and grab it, and her hand slipped right off. It wasn't, she couldn't grip it as easy. And she's like, "Where am I going to grab?" I was like, "Here, hold on. Just grab right underneath the seat. Grab at the mounts for it."
What do you mean, mouth?
Yeah,
Where I told you to
that
grab the
truck.
metal part where the seat sits. Yeah, that's the
Oh, where I
mounts.
can't buckle?
By
Yeah,
the way,
that
Michael,
part.
just so you know, those racing seats are
That's the thing
beautiful.
on my body
Love
Oh,
them.
thank you so much.
Why
I
doesn't
swear
it
I
say
got
on
lucky
my
finding
body?
those because the guy wanted $300 for them, and I knew I couldn't afford it. And then he's like, "Well, if you want them, I'll hold them until you get the money." And I was like, "All right, cool." But people say that all the time. But then this guy actually he hit me up, and he's like, "If you want, just bring me 200." I never even tried to get him down. I was like, "All right, yeah." And then when I hit him up a few days later just to touch base with him, he's like, "Yeah, if you got 175, just go ahead and we'll meet up tomorrow." I was like, "Really? Oh, all right, yeah, I got that. We'll do that." When I met up with him, he's like, "Yeah, I had another guy that was trying to give me 250, and I told him I already had him sold to somebody else, and I was just waiting for meet up with you." And he just kept on bugging and bugging me.
How old is 36 months?
How old's 36?
Yeah, I'd like to put some racing seats in my Explorer.
Yeah, they're a
Just
little stiff because they haven't been sat in, but they're definitely awesome. They free up a lot of room and they hold you in place. Like, with being in the big truck, you take turns and everything, and it tends to make you lean over and kind of slide out. Especially with her, if she ain't buckled in and I go driving around the parking lot, she'll just fall right out of the seat. But not now.
Good evening, Mr. DeNaples. It'll be nice to see you pull your extreme back out. He got a
Hey,
bad
Anthony.
extreme Astro van and hadn't brought it out all season for me. I'm waiting on him. He gonna eat my meter up when it does come out, though.
Oh, what did you come up with for an idea for some speakers on the outside today? Where are we going to put them at?
In Hello Kitty's eyes.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
I kind of feel funny for
She's
putting
like,
it
it's gonna.
in there.
Oh,
She's
listen,
like, I don't know. It
it
might look
ain't
funny.
extreme.
Pretty funny.
That one's borderline. He says stock cabin.
I love
Mine's
those.
technically still a stock cabin, but my wall has more steel than it does wood.
When he comes to meter, the seats are out.
Even has a tail.
Yeah, that's how mine was
It has a
built
tail.
to
Wag, wag, wag,
meter
wag.
and demo is with the seats out. I'm hoping with these new racing seats, because the way they move completely out of the way, I'm going to see how it does. If it still scores the same with the seats in as when they're out, because before I take the seats out and I jump up about 2 or 3 dB.
It's so comfortable. Definitely.
With the
How low
seats
do the
in, which
seats
is the
sit?
last time I ran at a show, I only did a 55. I got home, I was like, man, this ain't right. I took the seats out and did a 57 right out the gate. I was like, really?
How low do the seats sit to the floor?
The port is all the way up. The seats sit like right at the bottom of the port.
Oh, look, Jess. We knew he'd weigh in on it.
Yeah, but he knows how I feel about SoundCube. The SoundCube did great numbers, and I had good luck with them for the first year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Doing 150s consistently, and then 152s on
And that book.
the HGX3s and the HGX4s. And you can't beat that for their price.
I'm trying to grab that.
No, you did great with them.
And I did it in a 6th order no wall. With it when I had those. So.
All right. Entry fee to the show that we're having on Sunday is $40 for the truck and driver, $20 for the passenger for general admission.
That doesn't include running the lane?
Mm-mm.
What's included in that $40?
Hmm?
I mean, I mean, okay, the reason I'm asking is typically when I go to a show, like if I go to a sound competition and a car show,
Let him talk.
it'll be, $10 if you're just doing the sound competition and you're not in the car show. But if you want to do the car show, it's like 25 or 30 if you're in the
I
car
think that
show. And
includes his car show.
So when you go in and you pay the 40, you're automatically entered in the car show too?
That's the way it looks.
You want to see a picture?
That's all right.
You guys want to see a picture I
Yeah,
made?
because he's got it 20 per passenger or general admission. So 40 is for your car show.
Okay.
Show.
You guys want to see the picture I made?
Well, sweetheart.
Can I see
Oh,
this?
that is so cool.
Yeah, I wanted to show you this.
I'm trying to keep the camera straight for you.
I love it.
The picture of her amp, and then Hello Kitty with a Gately sub underneath it, and then the Gately badge with the shitting on them crest.
I think we all need a t-shirt of that.
You hear that? She said we all need a t-shirt of that shirt of your drawing.
Oh my gosh!
We need to find us somebody to make us some t-shirts.
Single shirt, and then we copy paste it on every single shirt.
Will you hear her?
We can find somebody. We got t-shirt people out there everywhere. We just got to find one that'll do it for us.
She makes the shirts.
Ashley Paradis.
Yeah, and I can make some Baddies of Base shirts my own.
Yeah, she already said she was working on something for you.
And I can make
So where are you guys located, Michael and Bella? Where are you guys located?
Indianapolis, Indiana.
Yeah.
Oh, you're up north.
Way up and over.
It took me a whole year to get.
I was actually born and raised in Michigan, so
okay.
I'm familiar with up that area. I just have been transplanted down here to Georgia for quite a few years.
We were never in Orleans, New
I
Orleans.
thought we were in New Orleans when I was born.
No, we've been here in Indianapolis. We've always been here in Indianapolis. We lived on Orleans Street.
Yeah, Orleans Street.
But actually, we lived on
Hey, Lane.
Spruce.
Spruce. Yeah, Spruce.
He is such a sweet guy.
Who, Lane?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
he just joined TH.
Well, I'm gonna see if I
anytime
can.
you ask him something that he has knowledge in, he will tell you.
Oh yeah, he just joined THF. He's in our Georgia chapter, and he's exceptional guy. He'll help you, and sweet as can be.
Let's see. So we need to find somebody to do Miss Bella some t-shirts. I got somebody in mind. They may come out of New Orleans, but I got somebody in mind.
You said you wanted me to get you something to eat?
Yeah.
What do you want? All right. Well, we'll get it after the show. You got to pay attention. We're almost done with the show anyway. You'll be all right.
Maybe you pick the food, I guess.
All right. Well, you can eat after the show because you were already eating with your mouth full at the beginning of the show.
All right. Miss Bella, do you want to go and have dinner? Because I know it's late. We can have you on another night.
I just had dinner.
Like.
I just had dinner.
She's just nervous and wanting to snack.
Yeah.
Oh, I know the feeling.
Oh, you want to show them all your stuff behind you?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see some awards.
So
What you got
these two are this is my Simology awards, and the reason why it's like this is because we do not have a sticker for this.
Really? It looks like there's stickers on there.
Oh.
It doesn't have the first place on there. One of
Yeah, the first place fell off. It was that one's missing one, honey.
Yeah, that's the one. I was wrong. Okay, I just got mixed up, I guess. Yeah, that one too.
Well, not all of them have stickers on both sides.
No. We got one that wanted to say hello to Miss Bella.
Oh, look, somebody wanted to say hi to you. Look.
Hello. Hello. And look, these are the Hot Wheels I run.
Oh, that's the guy who gave you the chocolates out at Slamology.
Oh.
Yeah.
And these are the Hot Wheels I won from the coloring contest. So I won. I got it says Hot Wheels, Trek, Champs, and I guess it's new.
It's all new. And then what are you got your giant ones over here?
Yeah, those are from Mohr Finals. Look at them, compare them. They're 6.
You're gonna fall down?
They're 6 feet tall, and that's taller than me. I'm almost tall as it, but not so close, but kind of.
She's got 3 of them big tall ones.
All right. We've had somebody ask about a show in Georgia. I have one Sunday, and it's going to be at the Thomasville Fairgrounds.
What about this one?
I'll post a flyer for it as soon as we're done with the show.
What about these plaques?
We need to figure out and help the Indiana Base Force judge get some more shows around here for us.
He is coming.
Got my
He's
own
just
rug.
waiting on his tent and to get set up for y'all.
You hear
And then
that?
Stella can
Get
be
some
a
Base Force
Base
shows
Force
nearby us.
superstar.
What'd you think about competing in Base Wars?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you had a good time, honey.
It's really awesome doing something new. Really awesome.
What
Well,
do you
I don't even think you realize how
I
many
think
people.
it's the best part about it. It's whenever I was competing.
Mm-hmm.
I love that whenever I was competing a lot.
Well, they all had their cameras out there for you.
Yeah, everybody was recording you. Everybody was checking you out.
Yes.
I can say one of my most nervous thing is when I go up to the meter. I mean, I've been doing it for 2.5 years, and I still get nervous every time I go up to a meter. And it's simply because if nobody was watching me, I'd probably be fine. But everybody's
I,
eyes are on you.
Bella put her headphones on
Mhm.
and zoned in on exactly what she needed to do. I don't even think
Sometimes,
she saw us watching.
sometimes my glasses are in the way, so sometimes it's painful to put on. Usually, my headphones, and sometimes they get like really hard. Sometimes it gets like really hard. The cushions.
But yeah, once it's
so
time to go,
hurts
she
every
gets into
time I
her
put it
zone.
on. It hurts every time I put it on
She
because
did.
sometimes
She did great.
and a cushion.
Yep. Well, that's why we're ordering you some new ones, and we're
Yeah.
gonna see if we can just take your glasses off when you meet her.
And I have the pink ones.
Yep.
Pink ones.
We'll get you some matching pink ones.
See, I'm not the only one. My
No,
palms get
we're
so
not.
sweaty. My heart just starts racing like it's going to come out my chest. And the funny thing is, as soon as I do that first burp, then it's like if I run again, then all the nerves are gone. But it's that initial first time going up there, it's because it's just a lot, and anything can go wrong. You have to trust
No,
that you have everything right, you know.
I know those exact feelings. I get the same thing when I'm going up on the meter, especially for the first time of the day. Usually I don't play my system at all until, on the day of a show. I don't play anything. I get up, I head
It's
out, and I
about
go to
to
the show. I don't do clinics or any kind of anything beforehand. I just wait, and that way I've got the most juice and the most burp for that first hit.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that's what I've been doing. I got an alternator that's not charging at idle. So when I get to a show, I just let her sit until it's time to go up to the meter. And people ask for demos and all that stuff. I'm like, look, you have to wait till after I do my metering because yeah, I like her to have as much voltage as she can, and that's just a lot of power. And I've
Yeah.
only had this setup in there probably about 3 or 4 months. So it's like I'm getting comfortable with it. But I remember the first time I went up there and I hadn't even ran it ever.
Ooh.
Never ever hit I, and my husband was like, go meter it. I was like, what? And I went up there and did it, but I was so nervous. So yeah, I have the
Y'all
only
probably
time I
thought we
tend
were
to
both
blow
flying
anything.
laughing, but this comment is I intend to blow stuff up every time. Yeah, it's usually his hatch that falls off.
You hear that? He
His
blows his
whole
Hey,
hatch off.
falls off this car.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
That's power.
It's
mine is actually
powerful.
staying on pretty good. I was kind of shocked with as much abuse as I give that poor hatch back there. She's still holding on tight. And yeah.
Yeah, Bella's about the same way with demo, and she gets a lot of people wants her to, they're like, can we hear it? And it's like, well, we've got to wait till we do her runs because she has no alternator. She has no way to charge back up. Once she starts going down in voltage, that's where she's at.
Get me an alternator.
We can't put an alternator on there. There's no belt drive to keep an alternator charging. The only thing we can do is maybe run some jumper wires over from my truck to yours. That's about all we can do to try and juice it back up.
I haven't seen Mr. Matt out in a minute.
Get me the
It's time for me to
website.
Hey,
head
Matt.
to Georgia.
It won't work. There's no belt drive.
Good to see you, Matt.
An alternator doesn't put out
the hair
juice.
out of it. So what's the sticky part?
Yeah, I got lucky. I was having the same kind of issues with my truck where the alternators, I had 2 large case alternators in the truck, and it didn't do much of anything at idle. And even then, I'd have to get the RPMs up to nearly 3,000 RPMs, and I'd still have voltage issues. And I ended up swapping out. I got 2 Singer alternators, the new Power Edge series that he's got. They're 290 amp. But what's crazy is they put out 250 amps at 600 RPM. So
See, I
since I got those, I ain't ever had to hit my throttle at all.
I originally had a 390 in my car, but it did not.
That's
I
what I
talked to
had.
Melissa about it several times, like the charging rate for my car, like the RPMs or whatever. It wasn't. It's like it never dropped low enough for it to kick in. So I went down to a 320, and what happened was is I had a voltage spike. It went to 16.5, and when
Mm,
it did, I thought it damaged my my volt the voltage regulator on my alt. So I replaced it, and it was good for about 2 days. And then next thing I know, it started acting up again and wasn't charging at idle.
oh
So that tells me
God.
that I have some bad diodes in my rectifier, which I have a new Iragi alt coming,
Right.
but it ain't here yet. So I've been kind of babying the one I got.
Yeah, I had an Iragi. I never could get it to work right. I tried talking with him and never got really much of a response. But when I ended up, I had a Brand X 390 on there. I had a MechMan 270 and a 370, and it wasn't working out. And I talked to some people. They said I needed more amperage, so I got the Brand X 390, put it on there with the the 370 Elite, and it did a little better. Just wasn't doing what it should. I was still dropping down to 11s, and it just wasn't working out. I talked to somebody else. I talked with Singer, and he said that with the way my truck's set up and the long, I got a 126.5-inch belt. He said the way everything spins, that it's just not spinning fast enough. Even when I get the RPMs up, it's still not spinning fast enough to get the amount of amperage out of them large case alts that other people would get easily out of a V8 or a V6.
What kind of truck do you have?
I got an F250 with the 6.8 V10.
Yeah, we have a diesel. It's a 6.0, and we run the Mechman 370 on it.
Yeah, that's
We
what I had.
originally had we originally had a Pure Power 320 on it, and it did pretty good. And I mean, the Mechman, I've ever been this Mechman. We bought it used,
Yep.
and I've actually been fairly impressed with it. I never tried the Iragi. Before this, I had a JS 390,
Yeah.
and so we'll see what. I mean, I have such a newer car though. Mine's a 2019, so the electrical's very finicky. Like if I get over 15.9, I can't roll my windows up and down. I can't shift. The radio will just freeze. The screen will freeze, and yeah, she
Yeah.
tells me
Them
she
new
don't like
cars
it
are
over
real touchy.
15.9.
Hey, did
So
you
my
get a
voltage, I keep.
comment about
Go ahead.
Bella's? What about solar panels for Bella's that she can haul behind it?
Yeah, we've thought about trying to do something like that. I've looked into it a little bit, but not enough to actually go through it. But we're still definitely trying to figure some more out with it. I had a friend who said it would probably do better to set up, because I mean, with the new battery, she does outstanding. That the She had a limitless 25 amp hour originally in her other build, and then she got on Team Limitless, and we ended up getting her old one sold off, and we got her a new, the Retro Pro 30, and that thing's insane. Like, she can drive her car, and it pulls itself, which is insane with all the weight it's got. It'll drive itself. I'll push behind it just to give it a little boost, because I'm worried that it's still going to drain on it, but it does great. Like, all day Saturday, she went full tilt in the lanes, was full tilt driving around, and it wasn't until Sunday near the end of the day that she finally dropped down to like 12.5. She'd sit at 13.2 all day, and whenever she turned on, she'd drop down to 12.9, 12.8, and then jump right back up to 13.2 as soon as she turned the volume down. That battery really surprised us a lot.
Maybe she
What
just
battery do
needs
you have?
more.
It's a limitless lithium Retro Pro 30. Just one.
Yeah, she's doing really good for just one battery.
Yeah, it, like I said, that thing has really surprised the heck out of us, especially when we put the audio multimeter on there and was trying to get, clamped results out of it. What? If you want to. What, do you want to stand? Okay.
Whenever I'm being put, I want to lay down.
All right. Well, you want to lay down.
He's so cute.
You're silly.
Okay, just sit.
There you go. Hold it.
Actually, they make those. I don't. This guy at work, I don't know if it actually charges or not, but Milwaukee makes it. I think it's Milwaukee. And you can literally, like, if your car battery's dead, he just hooks that thing on and boom, and I don't know if it charges or not, but it's literally just like this
It's a jump
little
box.
case. Like, yeah, I was like,
I'll wear this the whole way.
I hadn't seen one of those before, but I don't know if they actually can they actually maintain like a charge something, or is it just strictly to jump the vehicle off? You know, like
A
jump
Usually
start.
it's
lithium
just to give it a
charger, you're
burst to
supposed to
jump
take
it.
off within just a few seconds of putting on.
Yep.
It'd be
Yeah,
nice if they came
we've
out with
looked into
something
some
that
of
was
those.
smaller, like something that's smaller and more convenient that you can like take with you places.
Yeah, we've got a small
Look,
charger that we
we got
take with us, and I've
that
got
in
a
the
power
house.
inverter to plug it in my truck.
It's got
But I've tried running it with it hooked up to it, and it doesn't. It don't do anything. It'll charge her back up slowly, but it won't actually help her out when she's putting a draw on it. But either way, it works out. She does her runs, and then right after her runs, we'll be able to put some juice to it and charge it back up. We had it out there
Yeah, I
at
got
Slamology because we thought there was going to be a place to plug in at, but there ended up not being any electrical at the booth we were in.
I kind of like this.
I wish
Yeah, I
I'd have
gotta
known she needed to charge
increase my
up
bank.
because we all had generators out there that could have charged her.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we were surprised at how well she did. She didn't start getting low voltage and even then, that was only 12.5. But whenever she tried to play it, it was right after she gave Bobby a demo. Bobby got in there and got a demo, and then right after that, somebody else wanted to hear it, and we went to turn it on, and as soon as the bass hit, it said low voltage. It dropped down to 11 and then said low voltage. It just stopped reading voltage numbers. It just said low. And we was like, nope, shut it off, shut it down. We ain't running this battery that low. We ain't taking this.
Anytime Bobby Gately gets a demo from any of us, we all get that low voltage.
Right.
The first time I got that, I went up to the meter to burp, and I hit it, and I got up to 149, and all of a sudden my meter said LO, and I was like, "Ooh," and I cut it off. I had never seen it do that before. I don't even want to know how low it was because normally it'll show all the way down. It's the little sundown ones, and it'll show like down to 9. You know, so it must have just sucked it and right down. I mean, because it wasn't even reading it.
Yeah, Bobby was like, I don't know, you guys got to check into that voltmeter. I'm like, well, the voltmeter is the base knob from your amp, so it said low on it, and I was like, and it said 11, and then it just for a second showed 10, and then said low.
And man, you don't even want to know how low we can go.
Well,
I was told that you have to calibrate them. Is that the correct terminology? Like if you like if even if you get a bass knob, let's say from one of my salt amps, and I go and get it and I hook it up, you have to like calibrate it so that that if not, it could be off. It could be reading wrong.
okay, I'll have to get in there and see if hers has got a calibration, because I know I've calibrated them before, like on our Stinger ones and stuff like that, but I didn't see where even because this thing's all one piece, but there might be a way. I'll have to open it up and see.
Yeah, because that way you know what it's all reading. Because I had one that was all funky, and my husband went in there and calibrated. He said he got it right because it was off really bad.
There you go. See, I'm on the show with you.
There you go.
Now we know who's talking.
Yeah, we're got some more things we're going to do to hers. We've already added a half window to the driver's side because we couldn't do a full window with the way the doors lock automatically whenever they close.
Mm-hmm.
It would make it to where it's locked out. That and the awnings that are on the driver's side, they hang down into the little window area, so it wouldn't allow us to be able to open the door. So we did a half window.
My daughter has one, but it's like a Jeep, but it's got the automatic dump thing on the end. And I was thinking,
okay.
I was like, and I was like, man, take that little dump thing off, and you could put a really nice box back there. But I mean, you would have to configure and redo the whole like a cab to it because it's just wide open like a topless Jeep.
Well, that's how her last build was. It was a red fire truck version of the little Ram dualies. and we just got some acrylic and built up all around it. We gave it a windshield that was angled that way when the base from the single 10-inch subwoofer she's got on it. We've actually still got it. We're going to end up selling it probably, but it's got acrylic. We built all the way around it. We built the box on the back and built it up tall enough because the most of the rules say you can't, modify them to go out bigger or wider, longer than the actual body of the Power Wheel. So instead of going out, we went straight up, made it taller, and just tall enough that it was taller than her. So that way, when she gets in there, she can still sit upright and drive it around without having the roof or glass get in the way. The only thing that sucked is, she ended up hitting a growth spurt, and then she could barely get in with her knees. They were bashing against the dash, and the steering wheel was down in between her legs to where she could barely steer. And that's when I was like, yeah, we're going to figure something else out. And we started looking, and we were at Walmart, and she saw that Hello Kitty food truck, and she's like, I want to do it in that. And I was like, all right, we'll figure out a way to make it happen. They wanted $600 for it at Walmart. I found me one for $200 that was brand new, but it was still, the same thing. 200's a lot better than 600.
Yes, it
Well,
is.
That's way
let me
cheap.
ask.
Really,
Let
really
me ask you
cheap.
this though, because typically those Hot Wheels or Power Wheels that you're talking about, they have weight limits on them. Like
We're way exceeded.
like the but the one my daughter has is up to 100 pounds. So when you start building and adding this additional weight to it, do you have to reinforce like any of the
You
wheels
can
or mechanics
add
of it?
upgraded gears to it. It
Nope.
does slow it down, but you can add the upgraded gears,
Yep.
or you can do the wheelchair parts up under it.
Yeah, like Greg did.
Yeah,
With the other one, her red one, I got down underneath it and where the motors to the wheels, because usually the wheels attach right to the motors. So
right.
on the inside of the motors, I got in there and I got some wood and built it to go right in between the body of it and the motor. That way, when the wheels would try to, because she had that Honda lean in the back with the wheels sitting leaned in, and we did that. It helped out. It straightened out the wheels a little bit, but then once she got in it, it would still lean in. But we never upgraded her gears. We kept her with the factory gears because I've heard that the upgraded gears, they're good, but they drain out the battery a lot faster too.
They do.
So that's why we didn't go with that, and it makes it a lot faster. And this one's already fast enough with everything she's got on it. But surprisingly, like this new one, the way it's built, it's got real small wheels underneath it. It says it's got a 120-pound weight limit, and I know that acrylic box has got to weigh well over 300 pounds, especially with her in it. And so I didn't think it was going to pull itself, but it drives like there's no weight in it at all. Like it is surprising, and the wheels don't lean at all.
What subs did you say she
Yeah, it
has
was
in there currently?
What subs are you running? You're running the
Gately.
Gately
Okay, she went to
Relentless
the
V2.
Gateway.
yes.
Relentless
I know she
V2s.
ran Hutchinson's at one time.
Yeah, that's what she had in. That's what's still in her old one. It's a Hutchinson Origin 10. She got that for her birthday last year.
Man, that sub is so beautiful.
Oh yeah.
But those Gately's, man, I got to hold some of them at a show, and it was like, oh man, I really
Yeah, I
want
know.
those.
Yeah, those subs are incredible. We were looking through online because, I was like, which subs do you like? What do you want to look into? Because she was so heartbroken when she heard Hutchinson went out of business. Now she's all sad that we're talking about it because she's still sad about it because she really wanted to run some more of those.
Honey, I feel you there.
Well,
I was
I
sad
was
when it went
saying,
out of business too. It's one of the
I was
most
saying when you
beautiful
guys lost,
subs. Go
sorry,
ahead, baby.
Go ahead.
it's like there's like a delay, so I don't see it, and then all of a sudden I hear you talking. When you guys had lost your audio, I was talking to Melissa about like the 6.5s and the 10s and everything. They they're not like they used to be. I mean, they've beefed them up so much. Even that little I won a SA V2 Sundown 10. That's like what I think it's 1,000 RMS or something like that.
Yeah.
And that thing is and it to me it looks like a 12 when I look at it, but my 12s look like they're 15s. I mean, they don't look. My 12s don't look like 12s. So
All right, baby.
I'm
Don't you love your
quite
new subs,
impressed.
though?
It's okay, honey.
It's all
Man,
right.
people get sad when companies go out of business.
It's all
Bradley
right.
picking on me. You know I don't smile a lot, Bradley. Once in a while.
She okay?
Yeah, those the Gately subs that she ended up picking out. They've got the chrome baskets on them. They're 900 watts RMS, but we've already put way more to it. Like I've had a few people tell me that my SMD audio multimeter one clamp isn't clamping correctly because it was showing she was getting around 3K, 4K average, and then it hit a certain bass note at 41 hertz and it peaked out. First time it did it, it went to 9K, and then the next time it did it, it went up to 10K. Everyone's like, there's no way that's accurate. So I tried it again, put a brand new battery in it. It did it again. And they're saying, oh, well, that's because you're doing peak hold. So I tried it again on the real time power. And they're like, that's a more accurate one. And it did it again. It peaked and jumped right up to 10K again. So I don't know. It's surprising how much power is coming out of that thing. And when it does, it drops her voltage down to 11 real quick. And then as soon as but it's just like a quick peak, like it spikes for a minute and her voltage drops and goes right back up, goes back up to 12.8, 12.9, and continues playing out. But we did it on multiple songs. I mean, the motors on those 6.5s are literally as big as the subs. We had to wiggle and wedge them to get them into the box themselves because they're just so massive.
Yeah, she's got a great company behind her right now. We couldn't ask for any better than Bobby Gately to be behind her.
Oh yeah, we had talked to him a couple times, and we were unsure what we were going to end up going with, and then when I got a little bit of money to actually do it, I was like, all right, well, we're gonna figure this out. I got some money, let's do this. And he's like, well, what I really want, we're about to come out with the new V2 version. Okay, do you think you can do that? And I was like, well, I'm sure we can. What's the difference going to be? Oh, they're going to be $100 more a piece. Oh, give me a couple weeks. Hold on. And that's when we ended up going with 4 subs instead of 6. And because he also said the airspace would probably work out better for 4 anyway.
Right.
Are you wanting to move off the camera? Okay. Well, it's all right. It's okay.
We promise we're all just as sad as you are about Hutchinson going out of business. Okay, honey?
There's a lot of people that were very sad about that. His new sub just didn't do as well as he needed it to do to be able to stay in business. That's all it was. And who knows, he might come back out later on.
Miss Jess, you got to follow her.
Hey, Sean.
Look, some people are saying stuff. Hi, they said stuff to you. It's all right.
Oh, yeah. And
Everybody
we
being
had
real
one.
smart. It's all right.
Let's put this one back up.
But you still got Hutchinson got you to make a world champion, didn't it? Right? Yeah.
That's why.
But your Gately subs are going to be able to do the same thing. You've already got enough points. You're going to go to world finals.
Hey, Bella. Bella, listen to me. When I first started, my choice right here was SoundCube. And I ran them for a while. And I love them. And I talk highly of them. I still promote them. But sometimes things happen. And sometimes we have to move on to other things. And now I run the Sundown ZV6s. And they are great subs.
Oh yeah.
And the Gately
Really?
subs are good too. And they're gonna do you good. You watch.
Oh yeah, she knows she loves her new subs. She's just reminiscing back, and it's sad.
I know how she feels. some equipment that I've had that I can no longer get my hands on makes me want to cry too. I get it.
Matt's telling on me, talking about I still have a
And didn't Soundcube went out of business for a while there, and then they just now come back out again recently.
Yeah.
See?
Yes, I have a house. I have a house full. Yeah, they did. Actually, see, I was running the HGX 4s, the 12s, and they discontinued them, and I couldn't get them.
See?
And it kind of put me in a predicament where it was like if anything happened, I couldn't, or if I wanted to increase to 4 subs or change up my build, I was stuck. Um, and I do like the HX3s, but they can handle a good bit of power. But I mean, I end up smoking some.
Yeah, once you're
And
already into the 4s, you know, you don't want to downgrade.
right, and see, and that's I wanted to go 4 subs, and I tried to get my hands on some, but I tried a different brand of sub too in between the Sound Cube and the Sundowns, because believe it or not, and I'm gonna say it, I always said I would never run Sundown
He
because
said, I'm
everybody
taking the
runs
dog.
Sundown, and I always wanted to be different, right? Well, all I gotta say is come from somebody that said that they've never run Sundown,
Where?
and
Yeah.
getting a Sundown.
You ain't taking the dogs. Taking the dogs where?
Not your
I
dog.
gotta give props to Jacob Fuller and all them guys, because
What dogs?
they make some nice subs, and they put a
Forget it.
lot of time and a
It was
lot of
a new
research
joke.
into them and testing, and heck, I've had those. My first 2 ZV6s I had for like close to a year on Assault 12, just beating the crap out of them, and they took it. I added 2 more. Now I have Assault 12 on it at a half ohm, and I beat them like crazy, and they take it. I have been quite impressed with the subs for what they are.
There's a
You
lot
can
of
have my
really
banner.
underrated subs out there that you'd be surprised how much more power they can actually take. But that's, you know, a lot of companies will rate their stuff conservatively just for that reason, because a lot of people are going to go and put double the RMS to them. And so they'll rate them, you know, the sub's clearly good enough to be 1,500 to 2,000 watt RMS. So they're going to rate it at 1,000 or 1,200 or something low. That way, when somebody doubles it up, the sub is still going to be able to take it, and they're not having to do warranties and recones all day long. I've
Heck,
seen
the HGX3s, which are what, a 1,500 RMS. I think that's what the HGX3s are. 1,500. I put 3,800 watts in them little suckers. Smoked them. Smoked them. I got my score that I needed on my burp. I smoked them. I still have them to this day over here, and they still play.
Right.
And I mean, I must have smoked them several times. I mean, and that's like when I got these EV6s. They're 2,500 RMS, and I was a little leery about. I kept putting a little bit, like playing with them, and yeah, I'm surprised, and I'm actually going to put some more power to them eventually, just not right now.
All right. I'm hearing about all these sundown builds. I'm ready to hear about some of the new kicker builds coming out. Because did y'all see that?
I've
Like
seen the
the
new subs
Bronco?
that they just released earlier.
Yeah. I'm ready to see some of those builds come out.
Yeah, they look pretty stout. All Italian.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a Salt 12 at a half ohm on 4 ZV612s. And I'm still, like I said, I'm going to add more power.
Yep.
I
And
got a
you'll be
little.
surprised they'll probably still take every bit of it, especially if it's clean power all day.
Yeah, and I'm very, very cautious and very conservative with it. I mean, my amp doesn't see over 15.3. So
Yeah, unfortunately, with ours, we with the limitless, we have to keep it down at 14.8, 14.9 for a max. but it works out. It's still good. I know when Bobby was first telling us about the prototype amp that she's running, now they actually just recently released it, the 3900. He's like, yeah, at 15 volts, it'll do 43 to 4,500 watts, and that's at 1 ohm. And when we got the subs, we got dual 4 ohm subs, but yet, for whatever reason, I didn't think about checking the ohm load before I loaded them into the box, before she loaded them in. I got in there and I was checking the ohms after I wired them all together, and it kept coming out to 0.4, 0.5. So I was like, I'll check get a new battery in the voltmeter or in the multimeter and see if that's what it was. But even when I put it on
Bradley.
the audio multimeter, it still comes out to 0.5. So I think somehow along the way, we accidentally got sent some dual 2s instead of dual 4s, because dual 4s don't wire down to a half ohm, not 4 of them.
No.
But either way, made her get some extra stout power coming out of that amp, and explains why it was jumping so hard out at the show, because we had the gains, we had everything turned down, but Bella just she wasn't used to it yet. When she got into the Bass Wars lane, that was her first time playing it at all, really. And so she was playing with that knob going up and down, back and forth, and she went up just a little bit too high, and you heard one of the subs, just pop a little bit, not really, like, just it sounded off. You could tell that she went too hard on it for some stiff subs that had never been played. I'm surprised it didn't tear the spider or something, but we checked everything. It was all good. We ended up finding one of the cones had a little bit of the surround come unglued from the cone, but I had CA glue, so I went ahead and got it glued back together. Everything was all good, but they still played just fine. They continued to play just fine for the rest of the weekend. We never even noticed it until after we got home, when we were doing all the testing at the house. I kept feeling, I'd reach in there and I felt airflow in front of one of the subs. So I got in there after she got out and I turned it back on. I was feeling each one of the subs, just kind of moving my face in front of it so I could feel the airflow to see if I felt anything, because of it having carbon cone and carbon cap. I thought, maybe it's just letting a little bit of air come through, but none of the other subs had any airflow. So I was like, something's not right. I went through and it was just the tiniest little spot that was leaking air through. I just had to go through each one, and I felt, kept running my fingernail
Be right
across
back.
until I found it. Ended up finding a spot where it had come undone, and I got it glued back together. So who knows, maybe we get back in there and start testing some more, and we might get a little bit more of the score. We don't know yet.
I am ready to see her do a 50 in the lanes every time.
Yeah, we're hoping for it. I know that when she first got that 50, I looked down in there and the mic had moved from where I placed it right in front of the port. She had kicked it, and so it was sitting inside of the port. So that 50 was basically a port score, essentially, but it was just like right in the tip of the port, but
Well,
still
just so
inside
you
the
know,
port.
Bass Wars has a Power Wheel port class.
I couldn't find my headphones.
Oh man, I
And it
forgot
was
about that.
in the port.
We have port, we have music, we have the straight SPL, and if she wants to do Demo Wars, she can do that too. So
Yeah,
she
hear
has
that?
4 classes that she can run easy.
4 different classes you can run in Bass Wars.
Me?
Yeah.
So she can start racking up trophies fast.
4 of them.
I wish I could do that.
Well, yeah, that's what she said. You can. She just said there's 4 that you can run.
I really want to.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll get them Bass Wars going off here in Indy a lot more locally, easier.
Well, you do know Brandon Erickson's going to be y'all's judge. And you
Brandon
can
Erickson, we gotta
message him
remember that name.
anytime because he's actually planning a show coming up soon.
Yeah. All right.
He's ready. We just got to
All
get all of his papers and stuff done, and he'll be ready to go.
No, but it's gonna be like.
Yeah, you gotta wait a little longer, but it's after your birthday too. Yeah, she's excited for the SPL sleepover thing that's coming up, mainly because it's supposed to be a state battle.
Michigan versus Indiana.
And she's
Wednesday
hoping.
nights are when I do my
I'm hoping
show.
that our P comes because we're gonna.
Jimmy and
It's gonna.
Billy still has Monday nights.
Because he's
I'm
the
gonna
loudest
do
one in the
Wednesdays,
whole
and we
world.
have another judge gonna do another show on Thursdays.
Beep, 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 beep,
You hear that?
beep,
There's shows on Mondays and Wednesdays and Thursdays. Melissa's on over Wednesday. Now you got a new show to watch on Wednesdays, right?
I want to see him from the years. Should we watch it from the years?
Yeah, we can watch some of the older shows.
Her older shows.
Yep.
I would love to, Keith. That's the first time anybody's asked me to do demo wars against them. I want to.
She said, "Bring it on." Somebody just challenged her. Oh, there went the camera.
Man, I love that idea. I don't care win or lose. I want to go out there and just play.
Bigger screen. I got a bigger screen.
See, he's like me. He can't find anybody to do it with either. And Demo Wars is so much fun because it brings back the overall sound quality.
Right.
It's not just about what's that meter gonna do.
Yeah.
What is
It's
Demo
something
Wars?
for the rest of it.
Get off here.
Oh, well, I guess Bella's wanting to get off here. She wants me to make her some. Well, you just said you don't. What?
I don't want to get off there, but I.
Oh,
I
you
wanna
don't
eat.
want to get off. All right, well, here, hold this and I'll go grab you a snack.
Like.
Oh, she's so cute.
So what is Demo Wars, Melissa?
All right. Two vehicles pull up head to head, and it's a complete walk around where we pick 3 guest judges. I'm not even going to tell y'all who I picked. They drop a coin in the box, and whoever has 2 out of the 3 votes wins.
Oh, it was kind of like that what I did at the mega show in Atlanta,
Where did
right?
that come from?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't realize that was what that one was because there was more than a couple vehicles in that one.
Well, that show I didn't have time to do everybody one-on-one. We did 8 at one time. That's how we were going car to car. But yeah, we had to do all 8 at one time at that show.
Yeah. Anthony, you asked what I'm clamping on that 12K. I have not clamped it. It's something that I've been wanting to do, but I've been procrastinating on, honestly. So, but I will clamp it to figure out what it's doing before I switch up my amp configuration.
Tell me about it. I know the feeling. I've got a meter. I still haven't metered my own truck.
Oh, I have a term lab.
Well,
I personally don't know how to use it, so I haven't learned how yet. So it's kind of like
practice makes perfect.
Well, I will be glad to come teach you how to use it. It's not as intimidating as you would think.
Well, the one that we have, literally, like if you hook it up, it'll tell you like where you can fix things to increase your score, to be more efficient, to be, and that's, I would love to see where the things that it points out in mine, where I could benefit from.
Yeah. Well, we all benefit from testing. Doesn't matter what you build. You got to test that and keep testing it until you find those magic spots.
Well, let me ask you this question: when you're using the term lab and you're clamping and you have multiple amps, how do you do it?
There's a multiplier on there. It's really easy.
Is it okay?
It's
See, like
very
mine, I have
simple.
one single amp, but like in my husband's build, he's fixing to have 4.
Right before you press start, it will ask you, do you need a multiplier? And you just tell it how many amps you have.
And you're talking about that hatch being knocked off at Scraper. Is that you talking about Nick Jones's?
Oh no,
that kicker build?
Dominic is one of our baseboards guys. He drives a little Mazda, little green one.
It's an
Car is absolutely cute as could be. But he has it really aggressive in there.
No.
And he has broken his hatch completely off of this thing at least twice now. And I think I saw where he said he bolted it all on.
I so wanted to go to scraping, but just wasn't in the cards. A lot of the big shows ain't in the cards for me this year, but hopefully next year.
Well, I'll get to go eventually. I had to take time off from it too so I could do some work.
What hat? What hat?
It was nice to get work done, but man, was I salty to open up my phone and see everybody at scraping, enjoying the beach. I was like, man.
I know. That view of the beach, I was like, I am so jealous of y'all right now.
Well, I go down there to the base wars shows, the ones they call Biloxi on the beach or base on the beach. Those are in Biloxi, straight across from the Coliseum, down at the lighthouse. So we go there quite often, and I like those better because it's not the crowd of scraping. It's all the base vehicles that I want to see without the lifted trucks.
Irritated because
Does Base Wars go out to surf?
I don't think we've been yet, but we are going to Surf City, I believe, this year because Richard, our California judge, is going to do it.
Nice. Yeah, they were about that last week. They were talking about how it's
Can I learn how to surf?
going to Surf City is just really great because the show is right across the street. Like, if you ever have a show that's really great for a family vacation, it would be Surf City just because of how beautiful the beach is out there, and it's different than where, most people usually go to a beach down near the Gulf or Florida or something like that. I've never been to Oregon.
Ass squatters.
I'm sorry, that just tickled me. Yes, those. I don't like getting run over in traffic. I'm low. I don't like that. They can't see me.
How old would I have to be?
Some of them are insane. Like, I don't even know how they even drive them. I mean, when you're pointing, looking up at the sky, and you can't see anything, yeah.
I don't mind squatted vehicles. I really don't. There's a time and a place for everything. Whatever you want to build, drive it. But man, I don't like it when there's 400 of them around me and I'm the only low rider and nobody can see me.
I have been blinded by guys in squatted trucks because they're going down the road at night and they got their headlights on and they're literally directed straight up into your face. Some of them going right over you, but a lot of them are aimed right at because my truck's already lifted. So if I'm driving towards a lifted or a squatted truck, it's literally just blinding me, and I cannot see. I've got to duck down, try to get underneath the dash, and then I can't see the road. It's scary.
Brandon, he's one of my guys that runs at Hazel Green a lot. And he has the most beautiful truck. It does the color flip and it's purple. And when I say that thing is aggressive, he gets every bit of that meter every time. Never fails. He come in there with a rip in his roof about 3 inches long. And I was like, ooh. Because I was kind of shocked. He meters the same thing consistently. And he was like, my roof ripped, right? Like, nah, I couldn't tell, man. He didn't have a clue he had done ripped his roof all the way open.
I want to eat cereal so bad.
It happens. Base happens. I've had to repair the driver's side quarter or front panel on my truck a couple times now, and it's already broke the weld again.
And you have to have to repair your window.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to accidentally break it. But that's satisfying. You should do that.
Yeah, she wants me to blow out my windshield bad because when I was getting ready for Slamology, oh, I was so mad. I was out there. I just got through cleaning up everything. Everything looked great. All I had left to do was wipe down the rims. And I was like, well, let me get up here. I got a little step ladder, got up there and started cleaning off the windshield. Picked the wipers up, had the wipers out of the way, was cleaning everything. And then one of the wipers came down and it got caught on the wiper arm. I was like, okay, we're good. I go to reach over to try and take care of it. Before I could even get to it, it kicks the wiper arm off and smashes the glass.
Oh no.
Yeah, and it's happened before and been all right. And I was like, okay, please, please, please. And I lean over and look, and sure enough, it spidered out everywhere, 8 different directions. I was like, no, I done broke my windshield cleaning it before show even started.
Yeah.
Well, that was
All of us are ready to see this
our.
will go.
That's what I'm going to end up doing, Jim. I'm going to blow that windshield out altogether. I mean, I already had issues with it because the windshield, it deals with the port blowing straight at it because I've got a port on the top. So I already had an issue with the seal on the windshield. It leaks around the top of it, and a few people said that if I try to reseal it, it's not going to work as right. It's not going to work out the way I would expect it to, and that I might as well just replace the windshield altogether. Well, now it's broken, so looks like we're just going to have to replace it altogether anyway.
Yep.
Well, that's what happened in our F-250 when we did a complete rebuild in the new truck because we lost our other one, and we put the system in there, and we finally got the system right. And he let it rip, and it busted that little seal at the top of that windshield.
Yep, that's
and then it started going like this.
Yep,
and
that's
then
what mine
eventually
does.
And it's gone. He blew it, just shattered it. And
that's why I took it
since
easy
then,
on
we've replaced it though, and so far it's holding up, but he's still got to put one of them stripper poles in there.
It's surprisingly,
I
haven't had the issues and need a stripper pole, which is really surprising, but I've really been babying the hell out of my subs. I got the new subs in there, and I've got them wired up, and then the rise takes me up to 3 ohms or more, so I'm only getting like 5K per amp, maybe, and so that's like 2K per sub, and they're Crossfire XT4s, so they're literally laughing their ass off at that 2000. They're not, they can take so much more, but I was just like, no, if I wire down, I'm gonna blow that windshield apart quick, fast, and in a hurry, and I ain't got the money to replace it yet, so I'm just gonna wait a little bit. But I got a little bit of money right now, and I'm getting there. I'm about to do it.
Y'all have no idea how excited I am to see blown windshields. That excites me so much.
So, hey, Jim.
Hey, Jim.
You met him out at Slamology, remember? When I went out to go and, it hurts my ears.
Sorry.
I know, you're just excited.
He was out there with the stanky panky.
Yep, with the stanky panky.
No, it's not.
No, remember the demo I went and got?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one where I come back, my hair was all knotted up.
Oh, he gave you
my hair was like...
Yes, right after awards. Jim was like, you gotta come over and get a demo. I was like, all right, well, hold on.
Yeah, this was my hair after that demo.
Yeah, I got lucky enough to get a demo from the Stanky Panky right before or right after awards. It was fucking awesome.
He had alternator problems this year, so I didn't get his.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Demos like I normally do out of it.
I wonder. So wait, the demo I got probably wasn't even full power.
He had his alternator rebuilt Saturday night.
Okay, so then yeah, I guess I did get one because it was Sunday afternoon when I got the demo.
But I think he's still having some kind of issue with it.
That's
I know
definitely a good demo.
To a dual alternator set up.
A blankie for a baby.
Yeah, you look like a little Eskimo.
You mean Eskimo?
A little Eskimo.
What's an Eskimo?
Eskimo. That's the people that they live up in like Antarctica, and they live in igloos.
What?
Okay. So obviously he's still having alternator issues, but he's getting new ones.
Getting new ones. There you go.
I feel like I'm wrapped like a baby. Like it.
I'll tell you, I always tell everybody about them damn singers that I got, man. They have surprised. I've never, out of all the alternator setups I had, I always had to get on the throttle. And when I talked with Mike, I was about to add a third alternator in there, and he, we talked back and forth for a while. Never once did he try to sell me on an alternator. And then after we got through, he gave me some tips, and I was like, I think I'm just going to go ahead and I think I'm going to sell my alternators and see if I can get 2 of those alternators that you said the Power Edge series. And they're only 290s, and I'm getting more power out of them than I did running the 370 Elite and the 390 Brand X. But that's because
I have a Mike
power
Singer
RPM
on my Sequoia. It's been on there for 8 years.
What is it?
The Mike Singer.
Yeah.
It's 390. And I'm a single alternator vehicle. And it's pushing 2 of the Limitless 45s. And I push it hard.
Yeah.
I've had one $40 repair done on it in 8 years.
Yes, and that's what I try telling people, because that was my first alternator, was a Singer. I had a Singer. It was back when he was still, newer to doing. I mean, well, probably not that new, but he was still like taking other alternators and rebuilding them entirely instead of just making them all brand new every time. And he told me he took and built an ambulance alternator up for my Ford Explorer.
I don't get to play as much as I want to.
Oh, I'm gonna be a baby now.
The one throwing sparks at Slamology was Aaron Bodie.
Baby.
Yeah,
Sometimes
Bodie
babies
always
get
be
wrapped like
getting
that.
it.
Babies are always wrapped.
Man, he come through the lanes and he likes to set his girl on fire with them sparks.
Yeah, that would have been bad. We don't want to see Summer go up in smoke.
No, she was down for it.
She's always down for it. Bella, don't you love getting demos with your teammate Summer?
Man, she's always.
Yeah, you get there. Remember, you sit there in Aaron Bodie's Suburban. Remember the big red one with all the stickers? She doesn't like the highs. The highs pierce her ears in his.
And that my legs wobble, bobble, boggle, goggle all over the place.
Her legs wobble. I've never heard you say that one before.
I mean, wobble, gobble, gobble all over the place.
You're being silly now.
Oh, Mr. Loud has joined us.
Oh, look, there's Bradley Zink.
Crossfire.
Yeah, remember? He's got the Crossfire XT3s. Remember, he's got the white Suburban at the show that was always blowing out the windshields all the time? He finally got his windshield issue fixed. Now he's not blowing them out, but now he's blowing out door windows.
Blew both of them.
I'm gonna go outside.
Hey, Brad. I swear I just heard knocking.
You're not no more.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It was hot.
Well, I'm a baby.
Yeah, you can be the baby. The bass baby.
Oh, she's definitely the world's bass baby.
Okay.
I think she's the youngest one that I know that works on their own system.
Yeah, because there's been plenty of people out there that got their kids doing their build, but they're not actually, the kids aren't actually out there doing their build and coming up with the ideas for it and all of that, like her.
My thing.
What is it?
My cup.
What's wrong with it?
It broke.
It doesn't look broke. It looks like it's, I guess.
I can't wear it.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I thought it was still all one piece. It's not. It's. I'll help you tie it back together, honey. It's still got long enough strings right there. All you gotta do is tie it. It's fine. It come untied. It didn't break. If it broke, you'd have beads all over the place.
Yeah, I know how to fix this, so don't.
All right, Miss Bella. Is it okay if we go ahead and let you go for the evening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we appreciate you coming on, and we absolutely love seeing you in the lanes.
It's not even midnight for us.
It's next trophy.
Yeah, it's midnight for us.
It's 9:30. You silly.
No, it's midnight. That's not the evening. It's midnight.
We do appreciate you
Wait,
coming.
midnight is 11
Okay,
and 12
okay.
and 1 o'clock.
All right. Well, you ready to tell everyone bye?
Bye.
Bye. Love you.
Bye, Bella. It was nice meeting you.
All right. Now that I've got just you, I'm going to ask you about your husband's build. Tell me what you got going on with this ground shaker too. And tell
Uh,
everybody why there is a ground shaker too.
okay. September of
God, I'm gonna make you cry
2020,
too tonight. What the hell?
probably.
Go ahead.
Yeah, there's history behind because I mean, ground shaker. I bought ground shaker for my husband, the original one, and I used to drive that thing as much as he did, and I did as much working on it. I mean, he did more, but I did a lot of my learning and hands-on was on that truck. And we lost it to a fire in September of 2022. It to see pictures of it, it made me sick to my stomach. I didn't touch my Explorer for months. I mean, you know that for a fact. She sat stripped, gutted underneath my carport. And my husband kept trying to get me, he kept trying to get me to do work on her, and I had no interest whatsoever because it devastated me. To clarify for everybody, we did not lose her to any truck technicalities. We did not lose her to any audio technicalities. It was one of them freak accidents. We had a gas can and a weed eater in the bed of the truck. He was driving back from South Carolina. Somehow the spark, and we think a spark from the weed eater or something. I don't know exactly. I mean, we really aren't 100% sure. Um, and it happened so fast. I mean, my husband got out. It was a close one though, and he's fine. But we lost. It was a complete loss. All audio. Insurance didn't cover anything. None of the truck modifications. None of the audio whatsoever. Um, I knew how much that truck meant to him. So when it happened, I found a a lookalike. It took me 3 days, but it took the insurance almost 2 months to get me the money to get the lookalike. Um, thank goodness for the place that held it, that because they held her for almost 2 months without a down payment or anything. And I went up there and we got her. We brought her home. He has done a complete rebuild on this truck. We didn't get the truck, let's see, till probably end of November, beginning of December. And then we had to get all the audio stuff, and you have to, gut it, prep it, do all that stuff. And she was ready probably. How long ago was it, Melissa, that he finally debuted her? Probably about 3 months ago, 2 months,
About
something
two
like that.
months ago. Because I haven't even
Yeah. So
seen it that it's fully playing.
yeah, it took him 5 months total to get that truck up, and I mean a complete build. He has uh he runs, it's a blow through. Um, he's got six of the Phi 4.11 Neos in a fourth order, I believe. I think that's a fourth order in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And here right now he's currently got it on three salt 8Ks. Um, and he runs two of the 60 amp hour skips bank. And we do all our own work. The skips banks, the installs, the build, the building
The
of the enclosure. We
building of
didn't
the
design the
battery
enclosure.
bank.
Joe Price, Noisy Boy Labs, designed my enclosure, new enclosure, and Rick's new one for Ground Shaker 2.0 is what we call her. I call her GS 2.0. But he's come a long way, and he's doing a 157 on the meter right now. But we're fixing to add a little more power to them fives, which they'll love that. And he's took a windshield out. He is replaced 3 different head units because of the pressure. They can't handle it. He's down to a single den, which he absolutely loves, by the way. He said that that thing is solid. It's taken the beating and then it's still doing great, unlike the double den ones did. Um, his doors, we had all new door panels put on them. They are done by Dijon Tubar over in Russia, and he runs all Rogue in his
And
doors.
how long did it take to get
And
those door panels from the time you ordered them? Because I know a lot of people interested in his doors.
it depends on how many orders he has. I mean, he's a busy man. I mean, he has a lot of orders. But I want to say it took us a couple months.
Okay,
But
that's
literally, when he was
doors.
he is right there, step by step. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better 8 weeks. He's watching. But you couldn't ask for a better like a business person because I mean, he was updates constantly, updates from when he bought the panels, updates from when he made the rings, updates from when he was molding it, updates. I mean, everything just constant updates. And then when they were done, he shipped them, and I don't know. Rick could tell you. What was it like? It took about 2 days for them to. How long did it take for him to get here to our house from over there? It wasn't that. It wasn't that long. I thought it was pretty quick.
Because I know a lot
If
of
he's gonna
people that
hand.
want to order the doors. It's just they just don't know how long it's going to take.
Oh,
What
and the
about
other thing too about his 4 or 5 days it took for them to come from Russia to here to the United States. I mean, he's well worth it. And the thing I love about the door panels, because you know me, I'm like OCD. Like if there's a flaw in anything, I will pick it apart. And when these panels showed up, it they were like perfect. Like I could not find anything wrong with them. And the way they bolt to the door, I mean, I'm like 200 pounds and I could probably stand on that and put my feet in them speaker holes and jump up and down and they ain't going nowhere. So, I mean, his work is amazing and it's well worth the money. And he's an amazing guy too. I mean, there's a little English to Russian, language barrier there, but you pretty much get the gist of, he understands you and you understand. You might have to explain a couple times, or he might have to explain a couple times, but he's pretty easy to talk to.
good? So we've heard this busted windshield already. This is going to be a common thing.
I told him he gets one.
He gets
I said,
one.
I said, you get one.
Okay, you got to give him two because he's got to do it at one of my shows. Uh, You're my
Oh,
bestie. You're my bestie. You owe me this. He gets me one
no,
windshield at a show.
well, let's put it this way. He better have, my ride better be there because I'm, I'm not riding home with no windshield, getting rained on or bugs hitting me in the face at 70 miles an hour. I'm not, just not doing it. Yeah.
I want the windshield though. Wait, wait until after one of my shows. Talking about his stripper pole. I can only hear
But
his voice now.
I'm,
Oh my
he's
God.
done, he's done an amazing job with the truck. I'm very proud of him. And I mean, his battery banks have come a long, I mean, I remember when he first started with the C-Max banks and what they looked like and everything, and to where he is now. I mean, they're amazing. And I actually love the hell out of them Skibs cells and Skibs banks. I'm eventually going to switch from my EH5s over to them.
Yeah, there's
And I know a
one
lot of people.
windshield at a show. The only problem was he just flipped his completely out.
Well, I'll tell you this: the last couple shows,
There's our stranger.
Hey, hey, Walter. The last couple of shows that I've been at and given demos, Rick's been standing outside my vehicle, and after I got done giving a demo, he's like, you keep doing that, and you're gonna need a windshield. I was like, no, it's not moving that much. He's like, oh, it's flexing. I mean, I haven't seen it because I'm inside and I'm
Yourself.
not paying attention, but yeah, it might. That's a whole lot of pressure.
Well, you're doing big numbers, especially for your vehicle. Like really good numbers. I've been impressed with yours. But I don't think you've had
Thank
a
you.
build in there that I didn't love. But this last one is pretty and it meters well. So your skills have
Uh,
come a long way since I've met you.
I have to say that it's a lot is in the box design because my last box was a flop. It was a flop. And then Joe Price asked me. He asked me straight up. He's like, "What do you want? What do you want out of this?" And I said, "I want pressure and I want windy." He said, "Okay." So when I got it and I got it put together, it had the pressure. I mean, it'll punch you right in the back. It'll feel like somebody's punching you in the back. And windy, yes. When I hit the meter and it did the 155, that was a bonus because I was not expecting that out of it. I mean, because normally when you build, enclose, you lose. You don't have a perfect mix. You're either good on the meter and not very windy or whatever, or you're over here. You're not. There's very few that fall in there. Pretty. I'm OCD. I like my things to be a certain way.
Yeah, but the way it is pretty. And it's hard
Yeah,
to
but see,
find that combination of pretty and meters well. Usually,
see the
if it
thing that he
meters well, you can't keep it pretty.
see the thing is he don't tell anybody. But why you think his is pretty? Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. And he knows it's true. Yeah,
Yeah,
Joe is he did amazing. I when I sent him my measurements of what I had and what I wanted in there, and I told him I want this to work. And that man, he did it. My box is a little on the small side, but she does damn good. I honestly I got a lot of slack and a lot of shit because I have a small box for those EV6s, but it performs amazing. So,
he knew
but I also run a lot of
exactly
power.
what he was doing with that box.
The what?
Joe knew exactly what he was doing with making your box a little bit smaller because
Oh
that
yeah, because he knew
smaller
the
made
power. See, I think a lot of times when people go to do enclosures and stuff like that, I think they automatically, let's just say they'll be like, okay, I'm gonna put four of these ZV6s in there. They really don't know I mean, they haven't chose their amp. They haven't chose the power they're gonna run on it.
right.
I mean, when before you go to do a build, I mean, you really got to think the full spectrum. Like what kind of amps you're gonna run, what kind of power, what kind of subs, what you want that box to do, you know, all of it. Because it all plays a part in your end result. And if you just grab whatever and throw it in there, I mean, you're either gonna damage your subs or you're gonna damage your amps.
That's correct. Because it ain't just one piece of it. And
Mm-mm.
all right, let's
And
see.
don't do a demo with your hatch open. I think I done broke that one.
Girl, you ain't the only one that's ever done that shit. We've all done it.
Two times. 2
I
times. I was like, oh,
accidentally
here's my
done it
blonde
with
moment.
Kingdom. Forgot the shit was open.
Oh, you be demoing all day, and you know, and you take a break, and somebody plops their butt down in your passenger seat and says, "I want a demo," and you're like, "Okay," and you just let it rip.
Well, I'm bad about
Yeah.
leaving my hatch open and just rolling all my windows up so I can sit there in the air conditioning. And if somebody gets in, I forget the thing's open until that first note and I hear it and it's like, oh, no control. Okay, gotta go fix this.
I honest to God, I think the last time I messed the sub up. Well, actually, I don't count that DC. I gave that DC a little too much sauce when I was testing it.
He
Yeah.
didn't.
No, don't you even. No, don't you. It was your brainiac idea to stuff that space down there with that stupid with a king size comforter. And it'd been in there for months, and then I never had an issue with it whatsoever. And then I go to Sundown, my first year at Sundown, and I get up there, and I'm up there, got it all closed up, giving a demo. I was like, something don't sound right. So I stopped everything. I walked to the back. It had sucked half of that king size comforter inside my sixth order. You up there it went. And all it did was just tink one little coal on one of my damn 12s. I was so mad. I was like, it was the first demo of Sundown. And I'll tell you, I think I got the Sundown curse because when I went to Sundown the second year is when my triple joint, when I was running them EM audios, my triple joint just shattered. I'd been bumping the hell out of that thing for months. Never had an issue. Go to Sundown, first demo. So this year I'm kind of like, nope. You ain't taking my
Yeah.
ZV6s out. Ain't happening.
If I didn't know, I would thank your team and your family for against you right now. They're telling everything in the comments.
The second sub that I did a demo and left the hatch open, you know who was in there? Scott Dobeck was the one that I was giving the demo to at the Dublin show. It was one of Peyton's shows. And I'd
Hmm.
been demoing all day, and he finally got around to my vehicle. Yeah, you guys do. I still love y'all. You can hate on me all you want. I still love you.
And I wouldn't be putting the comments up if I didn't know how funny these guys are. I would be worried if they weren't picking on you.
Oh, they do. They know I can handle it. I dish it right back at them too. So, which
Yeah.
it's some people understand me and my personality and the way I am, and other people don't. And some people will tend to get a little butthurt or offended, and it's not my intentions. I'm sarcastic. I'm a smart ass, but I'm also an outgoing, funny person.
You're a helpful smartass.
Yeah, I can be.
I know. All right. Well,
So what do you got going on? What do you got going on with yours?
she has paint, and the doors are currently off, so I have no audio in my doors. Currently have the subs and the amp out. So all I have playing right now is one single stunt walk in my car. I
Are
have
you gonna
nothing
have it done?
in the truck either.
Are you gonna have it done by Sunday?
No, it ain't going with me Sunday. I don't expect to have that car back out for probably about a month. With my time schedule, I I need about a month to put it back together
I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at Walter's comment.
because we've done a lot of work to it already, and I kind of really want to rewire my doors and put some more power on my doors and my stunt wall. I just got to figure out what amps I want to use.
I got a sneak peek at it, and it is gorgeous.
And she's rolling Easter egg now. I'm gonna love it.
And wait till you put the decals on it.
Oh
It's
yeah.
gonna look like an Easter egg where you put all the little stickers on it.
Well, I'm gonna do all white decals on it this time. They're all gonna match. They're matte white decals. So I think it'll look okay once it's done. I'm gonna do the gale force down both sides, and probably the gale force tornado on the hood. But
Mm.
it's something different. I just could not stand that purple. My wrap got damaged. You know, I put gas in my car and I accidentally got it on the wrap, and it just kind of looked faded. So I pulled the whole wrap off and then decided, oh, I don't like purple. So 3 a.m. I bought paint for my car and decided it's gonna be a aqua color, and it is. Yeah, I need something, but I need some high powered amps because I need about 600 watts per speaker for that stunt wall. I'm not.
What are
I'm
the
not.
options you're looking at?
I don't know yet. I thought about using the Stetsons I bought from you. They're good for that.
As long as your voltage stays down with them, they're
That
not
car
bad at
will
all.
never have a voltage problem. It never goes over 14.8.
Oh, Walter, you don't even want. You don't want to know how much.
I wouldn't mind you trying the gale forces either, but wait until the next batch comes out without the horns in the center. Those will be
Yeah.
more SQ style for in her vehicle. But as far as yours, a set of
He's
those
got
gale forces would be awesome. But
in
then,
Rick's stores right now. He has two. I can't remember what amps they are. I bought them for Christmas, and I can't. But I think they're 1200 watts. Is it 1200 by 4? What are they? The Phoenix what? Who the hell is that? Who is that?
well, I've got 6 channels all through my
Yeah.
car now, and I need, I don't know, we need
Yeah. See,
power.
the ones that he's got, that they're not enough. He's
Yeah,
got two of the Phoenix Gold 1200 watt, I think by 4. I think they're four channel, I
I think
think.
he said 6.
And oh, 6. Yeah, and it's not enough. He needs
No,
more power.
he's in exactly
Like,
the same boat I am. I need way more power than my 6 channels can put out. And I've been looking at everybody else doing the stunt walls, and they're doing them on full range amps that are like 8Ks. And I'm like, how the hell are y'all doing that? I don't understand it. I guess I need to
yeah,
look at a
see,
wiring diagram and figure it out.
I know there's a way. I mean, somebody messaged me the other day and was asking me if again.
I'm
What
just
is
throwing
that?
it up there to mess with your head.
I have I'm looking at the picture like, who is that? But
Mr. Tudor
they
Gang. I'm gonna have to look him up and see who he is.
I think I know who that is.
We got some Base Force judges that are up north now. And
They're start.
I think we'll have one pretty close to you too.
I think that one died.
Ooh.
Isn't it past? Isn't it past your bedtime, little boy? Yeah, that's who it is. It's Brian.
Well, it's good to see some new faces in here.
I have the ideas of what I want done with my panels and what I'd like to run in my panels. I just haven't taken that step. Kind of need some cha-ching
We all
and
need to chain. We're gonna be
yeah.
out here selling feet pics before it's over with, hon. We got to. I need money.
I told Rick I was gonna make an OnlyFans
I
page.
hate to do that.
He never did reply back. Somebody's like, "You need to sell your feet pics." I was like, "Nobody wants to see my feet. They don't." So
I'm messing with you. But yeah, we
I
all
don't
gotta
have the
get a
cute little
side
petite.
job. We need to
Oh,
figure it out. But
everything's just getting expensive.
well, I'm not sure if it's getting expensive or my taste is getting more expensive because
My taste got
I'm to the point in life of okay, I want to buy one amp and it work for a couple years. I don't want to be replacing them every few months. I would rather spend more in the beginning and just get it done.
right, and that's kind of like somebody made a comment about. Um, I was talking about that, how the economy is and the way things are and all that, and people are struggling. And somebody told me, well, maybe you should stop buying audio.
Is that
The
even
stuff,
possible?
the stuff that I have, I've had. I mean, my two 12s that I have, and them Salt 12s, I've had them Salt 12s since last year.
Yeah,
Those two Salt, the two ZV6s I had last year. Last year at Sundown is when I bought those. The only thing that I bought was two new ZV6s, and that was at Christmas. Everything else in my car is the same. I just rearranged, redid, and upgraded some things. You don't always have to buy new if you have stuff, you know?
right.
And just because I don't have it in there doesn't mean I don't already have it at the house.
And
So,
everybody looks at mine and goes, "Wow, you spend a lot of money on this." And I'm like, "No, I just been doing this for years. I've got years of equipment. You know, I didn't buy it all at one time." Man, we would love some of them.
you and the damn Funky Pops. Oh, that's his go-to all the time.
But you can't go out and buy all this stuff at one time without going broke. You got to buy it
Hmm.
piece by piece.
I mean, my Explorer Red, she's still a work in progress. There's a lot more that I would like to do to her, and it all costs money. And it's just about a little bit here and a little bit there, and I'll eventually get her where I want her to be. But right, the audio wise, I'm very pleased with my subs in my box. Um, and change up the amp configuration, see if I can get a little more out of it. The other thing I need is panels, and the rest is all cosmetic with my car. That's about as far. I mean, I won't take her any further than she is because she's a 2019 and I still haven't paid her off. She's not paid for yet.
Yeah, time.
Yeah, two builds. To do two builds
Yeah, it really
and
is
scrape.
hard when you have more than one build in the house. Man,
Yeah, and then
I've got so many projects going on that I can't even focus at this point. I just bounce from one to the other, and none of them are ever finished now because I don't have that kind of time anymore.
Well, that's like if you flip my seats down in my car right now, and you know how OCD I am, right?
Mm-hmm.
Normally my amp rack has a lid and it looks all fancy and nice, and I ain't done anything. I shouldn't say I. We, my crafty builder, my husband. I think he builds it. Anyways, I don't have anything back there right now. It's just it's my battery bank. It's my little mids and highs amp. It's my big salt 12. And
He may be
they
right.
talk,
He may
they're
be
talking
right.
smack.
Oh, he's
What?
picking on me now. He's telling me I got
Oh,
ADHD. He's
I know I
probably
do. But yeah, I didn't do anything with the back. And people are like, "Are you gonna do anything with that?" And I was like, "No, because I'm eventually change up. And when I do, I'm gonna have to rebuild a whole new lid and run all new, different wires and reconfigure. I'm not even gonna. It is what it is right now." Oh yeah, his cat. His
yeah.
cat's been helping him build.
I have seen so many pictures of that cat. That cat is absolutely gorgeous and just always right there with him.
He said he was a stray that showed up. Those are usually the
Well,
best.
I can tell you this: ain't no cat more spoiled than that one.
Oh yeah, he's spoiled now since see.
Mm-hmm. Because I've seen more pictures of the cat than I have his build. He keeps his build
Eh,
kind of a secret from me, but his little base buddy, as he calls him, uh, I've seen a dozen pictures of that.
that's okay. Everywhere Rick goes, he's got two cockapoos following him everywhere. If he's up doing whatever with the truck or doing this or that, they're right there by his side the whole time. They'll come in covered. I mean, man, he's gotten CA glue on them, silicone on them, epoxy. Matter of fact, one of them came in one time and literally had like walked through the blue epoxy with like the unicorn spit, and it was like all over him. He was stained blue. I mean, he spray painted stuff, and they've got in the way, and yeah, they've been multiple colors. And the new one demo, the little blue marrow one I got, the Poo Patrol. He's a klepto. Like he is so bad that you'll be working on something and you set a tool down and you go about it and then you go to reach for the tool and it's gone. That little shit will grab it and take it out in the damn yard. And then if it's nighttime, you ain't finding that sucker till morning. And you need like, I mean, it's like the one part you need and it's totally gone. It's in somewhere in the yard. Can't find it.
That's
So
so
you gotta wait till
funny.
daylight.
Oh, look at this. He's got paw prints in his enclosure. I'm going to look for those next time I see his.
So
Well,
who's
so
got
am I going to see you at the Sunday show?
me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
I will be
I
ready
don't
to
know.
look at the videos.
It'll be one one vehicle or two. We're not sure yet. Depends on how far he gets on the truck.
Okay.
We had a mechanical issue that we're taking care of. So
Well, I know Rick. He's a hell of a mechanic. He'll have it done.
hold on a minute. Abby's awake.
I'm sorry, Mom.
You need to be quiet. I'm on a live thing. You can come say hey, but you gotta be quiet.
Okay.
Ooh.
Hello.
Here's my
Hey,
monster.
beautiful. It's good to see you.
I had the door shut and her brother broke the hinges on it. Like he went to pull it and it broke the hinge. And I hadn't fixed it. So I had it just kind of set up, locked. And she went, and that's why you probably say I probably had this look on my face because the whole whole door just comes slamming down. Just
Hey, okay, this comment's important to me. She's new to the game and wants to know if there are any women builders in the Nashville area. We got to find
I
her.
don't.
We got to find her somebody in Nashville. I
I
will
don't know anybody in
figure.
Nashville. Do you know any female
Well,
builders in Nashville?
I know a lot of people in Tennessee. So add me on Facebook. We will find you somebody, baby girl. We got you. Anything it takes to get some girls in the game, we're all about it. Because man, there ain't enough
Yes,
of us out here.
please, because I'm telling you, where in my little area where I am right now, I think there's about 8 of us.
Yeah,
I would love to see more female competitors.
I will do anything I can help you with. I am about, I think, 4 hours from Nashville. So if I can help you in any way, just let me know. I can't wait. And she's already got the correct middle name. She's already a queen. Okay. We would love to have you. And I need to introduce you to Greg. He is our Tennessee judge, and he can help you out a lot too. Our Tennessee judge owns a shop also, so he would be the one I'd go to ask. But we will find you somebody. But man, that makes me happy to see another female out here that I didn't know about.
Isn't she talking?
She's talking, but I got an earbud in. They can hear you, but you can't hear them because I got the earbud. I can hear them, but you can't.
Can I have an earbud so I can hear her?
No.
Me.
No.
She got the earbud.
No.
Okay.
She's trying to steal my earbud.
No, I just want one so I can hear her talk.
Well, my other one died. It's in here, and I have one in my ear.
Well, I will be back up to Tennessee.
R.I.P.
I don't know what shows Greg has coming up, but I try to make as many of Greg's shows as I can. I love going to Tennessee for shows. And I try to make as many of the Biloxi shows as I can because I like running for Jordan.
I've been wanting to come up towards some of the Tennessee shows. I just haven't made it that way yet.
You'll get there.
I've done South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia,
Mm-hmm.
Florida, and Georgia. And I'm trying to venture out more, but like I said, this year is just it's not a good year for us so we've been kind of sticking close to home.
That's okay. I'm coming to y'all.
We'll get there eventually.
We got Power Hog coming
In a
up
while.
soon. I've got Atlanta coming up soon.
Maybe I might come.
So we've got the show.
When's the next Power Hog for you?
Let me see. Give me just a second. I'll look it up. Because I don't think we've even announced it yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't seen anything. I stay up pretty busy,
August
on the.
It will be August 6th, and then I'll be back in Atlanta August 12th for Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Yeah, that's the one I went to last year that I put my closure together in the parking lot.
Hey, whatever we got to do, we put most of your bills together at the B&B.
They were like, people walking by like, do you see this? Do you see this? It's like, ain't the first time. Ugh.
Well, the good thing is y'all have most of the equipment you need.
Look, mister, you're the one that has to live with me, and you're the one that has to go to bed with me tonight. Just remember that.
I'll
Then,
say,
and
oh,
people wonder why I am so competitive and so gung ho about stuff. Because that man's behind me. I just,
mm-mm.
she's over there laughing. Melissa's been at our house together with both of us.
Um, no, I won't be able to make the XX Power Show because I have another show on that day. I didn't know what day they were doing it, so I didn't know to leave it open.
What day is the Excess Power show?
I don't know. Let me look it up. Because I know as Base Wars, we are doing the show. It's just not me doing it. All right. Excess Power is July 15th.
Hmm. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that one.
I can't see which one of them it is.
If you got a flyer or something or whatever for it, send it to me
Absolutely,
and
honey.
I'll see what I can swing. I try to make a lot of them, but sometimes
Oh,
the cards just don't ever
I
fall like
had
they should.
so much fun at the Excess Power Show. Every time I've ever been, I've had a really good time.
And I
And
think there's going to be
I
a lot of
enjoy
people there.
it.
I think
I've got
isn't
Birmingham that day.
isn't the one that the Excess Power show, is that the one that I think like JP and all the other like they were talking about it
Sometimes
after
they do.
scraping, that's the next one they're attending.
And, you know, Rod Escott made a mention of one of my shows coming up that I'm going to do with Jason McDaniel, the Montgomery show. They're all coming to
Hmm.
it. So I am going to be blessed with that Montgomery show.
Last year someone got shot.
I said, blessed.
No, I was reading Anthony's comment after Walter's. Sorry.
Uh, yes, a child pulled a gun out from somebody's seat. It it
Oh,
wasn't like
so
it's
it wasn't a malicious thing. It was an
no,
accidental.
it was an accident. Yeah, and
Yeah, Walter, you need to come down and visit us down here. It's warm down here.
yeah, we get to base all year long. We don't have to pull our stuff out.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, it was a complete accident. But things like that happen. You have kids around, you know as well as I do. Shit happens.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, with you like him. Don't you have 5 children?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, I do. I have five. I have, let's see, I have a 28-year-old, 24-year-old, 23-year-old, 16-year-old, and an 8-year-old. And I've been married, August will be it'll be like 30 years for me and Rick.
All right. We're going to talk to
Um,
you again in January when we're down here wearing our shorts and see how warm you are then. You're welcome to come down in January.
I wear shorts at Thanksgiving.
I know. I was wearing shorts at Christmas.
Shorts,
Lord.
yeah, shorts and a tank top. I mean, that's you gotta understand. Okay, I was born and raised in Michigan. We had white Christmases, right? And then I moved down here, and I've got all these like Christmas yard light ornament stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot put it in my yard. I cannot put it in my yard because my grass is still green. It just the it it don't look right. And I go by and people will have these massive Christmas things in their yard, and I'm going, your bushes are still flowering, your grass is still green, and it takes me quite a bit to get into the Christmas spirit because to me Christmas always meant white, colder temperatures, a white Christmas. I keep telling my husband that we are going to go up to the mountains when start doing that come Christmases so I can have my white Christmas back because I ain't had one in a long time.
I don't know. I'm just tickled we can base all year because the first time they told me they were pulling equipment because it was too cold, I was like, why? I didn't understand it.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing I didn't understand too is it's like I've seen some of those that you're talking about that they're out in like Iowa and South Dakota and up where it's cold. And they're
Hmm.
talking about that it gets negative degrees or it gets, it gets cold. And they're talking about that they have to pull their stuff. Hold on a minute. No. 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 But sorry, she's trying to bring the I said no. Hold on.
Negative too. No, thank you. No, I'm from the South. I won't survive in that. Yeah, probably. You know, you see
Okay.
this, don't
Sorry.
you? They said you had to go behind the camera because Rick's back there asking for more subs. She don't even look shocked.
Yeah.
No, we know you get your way.
He's spoiled. He'll tell you he's not, but he's spoiled. He'll say I'm spoiled, but he's spoiled.
I'm gonna say it just to both of y'all's faces. Both of y'all spoil each other.
We do.
Y'all work hard on that. And y'all fight. I've never seen two couples, just arguing at each other during a build. And then all of a sudden, okay, let's go to a show. It's just done. It's over with. And I'm like, shit, I'd have been divorced by now. I don't
It's
get
a who was somebody was a I don't know if this is a good what some of our friends were here and I'm telling you, I mean, I swear if somebody could be a fly on a wall of when we're working together, okay, we get it done,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm surprised we don't like kill each other in the process because I have my own opinions and my own way of doing things, and he has his own, and sometimes it doesn't mesh well, and we'll bump heads and we'll argue, we'll fight. There's name calling, there's cuss words flying. Sometimes some tools fly too. And so our friends are just
First
like
time
waiting for us to like waiting for us to kill each other. And
I
then all of a sudden it's like I'll look at him or he'll look at me and I'll be like, I love you,
know.
baby. I love you, baby too. And we give each other kisses and we go about our business and we finish our build and we go rock it at a show. Just
It, working with somebody is really hard. I don't see how y'all do this.
well, and you gotta remember, we've been together almost 30 years. So we've been through we don't sugarcoat shit with each other anymore. It's not like, oh, baby, I don't think you should do that. It's more like, what the hell are you doing? You know? It's like, did you not? Did you get bumped on the goddamn head? What, are you not thinking straight? Wake the hell up! And it's so. I mean, it's not. I mean, there's nothing. There are sweet moments. I mean, but a lot of times, yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
know one
building
thing.
process at y'all's house is interesting to watch. I'm really shocked y'all don't have felonies over this. Which is so funny because y'all get along so well any other time.
Oh yeah. Well, it's we're both. I mean, we are like complete. I mean, it's kind of weird because we're like complete opposites. Honest to God, when we first got together like 30 years ago, And my friends were like, "The hell are you doing?" I was like, "What?" And they're like, "You've never dated anyone like that before." And I said, "So?" And my parents were like, we give you a year." Now we've had our rough patches, but I mean, who doesn't? Everybody goes through, but it's about working through and fixing, building, and coming out on the other side
Now, see,
stronger.
I don't do constructive criticism when I'm working. I'm more the type. I'm throwing stuff. I'm mad. I'm angry.
Oh, look at Walter's comment. Walter's
I was
no,
there
no,
when that shit went down. Oh my God. That was bad.
no. I think he's referring to me and Rick, like deciding if
Yes,
we're gonna do a fourth order or a sixth.
yes. Over your last box. I was
Oh,
there. Oh my God, it was
oh
bad.
yeah. And the thing is it's, I mean, we're both, like I said, very opinionated. We've had our friends tell us that we're in competition with each other, which really we're. I mean, we jokingly compete against each other, but if anything, it pushes us to do better. If that makes any sense.
Absolutely, it does. All right. Got you, girl.
Did you find her?
Yeah, I found her.
I gotta wonder sometimes when I see these other like.
See, I can see that happening. I don't know
No,
how.
there's no shots fired, but you
That's because you don't
might
keep
see a
a
bottle of
gun
C8 glue
close.
go flying by.
All right. She followed you too, Miss Jess.
Okay, thank you for the follow, and I'll try to see if I can see about Excess Power Show.
We'll definitely find whatever you need. Just talk to us and we'll walk through it.
Do you think other?
I don't even know that this is a good idea at this point. I've watched y'all build together. Ooh, look at this. He wants y'all to build for the same class. There are certain orgs y'all do have to run against each other, isn't there?
We do run against each other. The last show I took third place because I got beat out by 615s in a fourth order on 3 8Ks, which is 24,000 watts, against my 412s on 12K. And the second place guy, he had 415s and he has no seats. His stuff is right behind, and he's running a 30K on them 415s.
Hey, our
But
old
yes,
going to bed on us. Good Lord.
he going to
Yeah,
bed early.
early though.
Look! I gotta be up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm still sitting here, and he's snaking off the bed already.
Okay, well, I think we've covered everybody's builds that we know and all the shows. Has Rick got anything coming up besides it sounds like some more power for them doors? Other than that, is he straight and settled?
Yeah, we just gotta get this oiler cooler replaced. That's what happened to it. The oiler cooler took a crap, so we're in the middle of that. So, but he's got a trick up his he's got a couple tricks up his sleeve that might impress some people. So yeah, he goes and says it.
Now, see, I don't know how you wake up every morning and don't go check your vehicle because if it was me that was married to you, I'd be going and getting some salts out of there. Hey, hon, I needed those.
Well, he come home the other day and he's like, I bought 2 more Salt 8s. I'm like, what? Where do you pull those out of your ass? I mean, I'm like, you already have 3. What do you need 2 more for? He
Yeah.
did the one time. You want to hear? You want to hear a real funny? This was, I think, what was it, the first year we were doing this? I think maybe about a year and a half into it. He had blew his I don't know if they're Salt 6s or Salt 8s. I can't remember. And we wanted to go to a show, and he was upset because his amps blew. So I left work, by the way. I worked from 3 to 3. I got off work. I drove all the way to Macon. It's a 20, 30-minute drive. I went to the local shop there, and I bought him a Salt 8K. I drive all the way home thinking I'm going to surprise him with it. He's going to be so happy. I get home. He's already home. He said, where you been? I said, I got a surprise for you. He said, well, I got a surprise for you. I said, what you got? And I opened my door like, ta-da! And he's laughing. And he opens his door and he's like, he had 2 Salt 8s in there and I had a Salt 8.
Now, see, this is a true couple. Love that.
It's just like, I mean, so yeah, that's where 3 of our Salt 8s came from.
I was wondering how come y'all had so many. All
Oh my,
right.
you don't even we've actually gotten rid of 4 and we've accumulated more. So, but
Well,
I
we
gotta
have
head to
been
bed.
talking for about 2 hours and 30 minutes now.
I wasn't even looking at the time.
So it's time for us to call it a night.
Yeah, I gotta get up early, so
Yep, we got shows to do this weekend. I'm excited. Got Hazel
well, I
Green
can't wait.
and Georgia. So
It's gonna be a hot one. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's gonna be a
it,
hot one.
it's going to be fun.
Yes.
It's going to be a good weekend. Good night, Mr. Naples. God, I'll be glad when he pulls back out.
I know, I haven't seen him in a while.
No, he's doing that family thing. He loves his
That's
wife
good
and
though.
kids.
Yeah, he
Have,
sent me pictures of the little baby when the baby was first beautiful baby.
have you ever seen his daughter? That child is absolutely beautiful. I've got a picture of her standing up on my box. She's kind of crouched over my subs. Oh my
Hmm.
God, it is such a great photo. I love it. Yeah, I know. We talk on the phone all the time. But it's time to let everybody go to bed tonight or go get dinner. I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. We will be back on next Wednesday night at 7. So we'll see you then. Have a good night, y'all.
Y'all have a good night.